Ooh, I like your hair.
Oh no.
What? Why are you hiding? What is going on? Why are you hiding? Okay, this is weird.
Okay, let's turn our cameras on. Come on.
Are we all like
Okay.
No, just
being shy? Kristen, I love your hair. What the hell?
surprise.
I'm so
Yay!
confused. Did you guys what? Hang on. Well, now I have to take mine off.
No.
Hang on. What's happening here?
Oh wow, the makeup with that wig looks amazing.
It does.
Surprise.
I'm confused.
We just decided to all wear wigs with you today.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Kristen,
Okay, I was like, you guys have a filter I don't know about?
no.
Wouldn't it be funny if I showed up today without a wig on? Okay, I guess not. You guys didn't laugh at that.
We knew you wouldn't because you like wearing wigs. So we're like, like 2 months ago, Kristen and I were like, should we like wear a wig as well, like in one of the episodes, just to surprise LeNora? And so this is the result.
Well, okay, I thought Kristen's hair, that was her natural hair because it kind of.
This is not the color of my hair.
Well, I know, maybe you dyed it. I figured Isabel's was a wig, and I love your makeup. That's amazing. Okay, so what else do you guys talk about behind my back?
We just wanted to surprise you.
Thanks.
And I picked the wig that I was like, this is like a real change. And then Kristen.
Yes, I know. Well, I know. Well, that's the thing. That's why I wasn't surprised by Kristen. I mean, it looks great. I thought it was her hair.
Well,
and then I thought Isabel was on a filter because that is like that makeup, the eyes, the hair is so amazing. I was like, you found a filter, but I knew that was your background. So.
Well, you know, I wanted a pink one so bad, but I don't have a lot of makeup and I'm not good at makeup. And so I also thought if I ever have to wear a wig, like to look like a regular person, it should probably look like hair, like my hair. I'm boring now. I'm so boring.
We definitely, whoever's or moderating this episode has to mention Kristen's imaginatory wig. Someone, one of you has to explain it because I can't, or maybe I should explain, like I'm confused as to what's happening.
You know, that's because if you don't have a really strong attention to detail, you would think this is my hair. I, on the other hand, have a very, very powerful attention to detail, and I would totally notice this was a wig. By the way, how do you wear these things all the time? Because it's like a tight little hat of hair.
It is. Only for an hour at a time. What you can't see because I'm learning how to do makeup is that I'm sweating profusely. I have about 6 pounds of shine control powder on my face right now. Yeah, I sweat without the wig, but it's well, plus I'm wearing this and I was doing like a half hour of trying to take a selfie. The wig thing, can you remember that episode where I was complaining about like my wig was too tight and I had a headache and hadn't eaten? Well, now you know why.
I do. I think I was getting
I know why.
It takes time and it's not like I have a huge head, but yeah, after a while, you're like, okay, I need to take this off because I'm going to pass out.
I have a huge head.
There, now it's different. I have a really big head too.
I have a huge head.
I have a big face, but a small head, which is why I won't shave my head because I don't know if that makes any sense. But yeah.
Look, I am right now. Look, I made bangs on purpose.
It looks all great. You guys look amazing. I am like,
now I'm like,
you already looked like you were 12 before, but now you look even younger, Kristen.
I love it.
I think you guys look amazing. Hi.
Hola.
Hi. Hi, I'm LeNora. I'm the creator of The Bitchy Bookkeeper.
Hi, I'm Isabel, founder and firebrand of the Uprising Spark and Gem in the Holograms today.
Hi, I am Kristen, author of The Age of the Child and Nothing. That's all I have. And we are the 3 founding non-mothers of Childfree Girls. And today we're just having fun asking each other questions that have been either plaguing us or that we come up with on the spot, such as in LeNora's case. I'm just kidding. I thought of the questions when I was out walking my dog.
Of course you did.
Yeah. I didn't have, it's really good free time. So yeah, we're just asking each other questions today and getting to know each other a little better because believe it or not, a lot of our conversation has to do with Childfree Girls and what we're planning and who we're, you know, thinking of maybe having on, or just child-free stuff. So this is just like, hey, we're all people too. Let's learn some stuff.
Middle-aged people, apparently. Actually,
middle-aged girls.
Only one of us technically is middle-aged.
Could we start with the question? I know we got a few questions from our audience, right? From people.
We did, yes. Okay, so we'll start with some audience questions from our Instagram DMs. First one says, I come from a somewhat conservative part of Europe, Slovakia and Austria, and I feel a sort of helplessness when I see the majority of my peers, women, but also men, producing babies so desperately. I'm very sure that many of them have an over-romanticized vision of a family life and what it means to take care of a human being. The only way of getting rid of this mental state is going off social media and unfollowing people. But I'm curious about whether you girls have similar feelings, and if yes, how do you deal with them?
I don't think there was ever an age when I felt like I also needed to do that because everybody else was doing it. And I don't think I ever felt like if they were doing it, I must be doing something wrong. The only time I ever felt bad about it was just feeling the pressure to do it. But I also didn't grow up in a very oppressively pro-baby environment. Granted, it was all around me, but I didn't get that pressure from my family. I didn't get the pressure from my friends.
In my case, I find myself scrolling past those posts. Usually, I don't even read the captions. If it's somebody who's very close to me, I'll be like, oh, congratulations, and maybe that's it. But there's some people that are like posting maybe 10 pictures of their kid per hour or something, because that happens. And what I usually do is I don't like unfriend them, but I unfollow them. Like, I don't want to see that in my feed. Doesn't mean that I don't care about them or like them, or, depends on the case, of course. But it's easy to unfollow people in any social media platform if you don't want to keep on looking to, at their 20 pictures of baby having a bottle. So
I'm the same as Isabel in the way that I don't unfriend, but I unfollow on Facebook and on Instagram. I've just seen too many dirty diapers. Like, they'll hold up the child with the dirty diaper.
Why?
New parents do that.
Why?
It's disgusting. Those I unfollow, except I was a guest on a podcast, and so I didn't unfollow that one just because my episode hasn't aired yet. And I won't unfollow. I mean, it's a business collab type thing. So, but I don't like that. I also, too, from an algorithm point of view, I read that, social media will gauge how often you are on a certain type of picture, or if you scroll, if you stop. So I, on Facebook, unfollowed every parent except for maybe one or two who don't post a lot, because I don't want my Facebook to recognize it. Oh, she's stopping at baby photos, or she's liking baby photos. So for years, I have not liked a baby photo of, if it's someone I know personally. Partly because I don't want my social media feed to be bombarded with that, just from an algorithm perspective. I want to see child-free content, so I focus on that. And also too, because I don't care. I mean, if it's my friends and stuff, we have private conversations through text or by phone, and I find out and give presents to the kids and do all that stuff privately without it being on social media. So my social media is now geared towards child-free content and business stuff anyway. So that's how I've handled it. And if you've knew me from high school, you don't have to friend me on Facebook. So because then it's just going to be me unfollowing your family photos. I'm sorry. Was that bitchy of me?
The bitchy bookkeeper strikes again.
Yes. But it has nothing to do with being bitchy or a bookkeeper, because I am not a bookkeeper.
My first question is kind of boring, but to me it's fun. In a game of truth or dare, do you choose truth or dare usually? Like, if you were to play?
Truth.
Same.
Yeah.
Always truth.
I don't like to choose dare at the beginning because it's awkward. I mean, especially when you're just starting to play and you don't know what the other person's going to make you do. And if they want to make you do something that you really don't want to do, it's really awkward to be like, I don't want to play this anymore.
Like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I know. It's like you're a party pooper, right? I don't want to be a party pooper. So definitely truth.
I find truth more fun because I'm the type of person that wants to know everybody's secrets, not so I can talk about them, but I like to know things about people. So, a dare, whatever, but truth for me is far more interesting. And then I'm always kind of curious what kind of questions I'm going to get, like this episode. So make them good.
I'm kind of with both of you. I don't like being dared to do stuff because whenever I think of truth or dare, I think of, teenage dumb, and then someone inevitably is going to dare you to kiss somebody. And I wasn't into that whole awkwardness. But also, I love, like LeNora, I like wondering, I like, what's the question going to be? It's kind of exciting. And, because there's a lot of things you can tell me to do that I won't do, but there's hardly anything I won't answer or be interested in answering, because questions are fun. They're just fun.
Okay, my turn. If you girls could invite anyone at all, living, like alive or dead, but not dead, like dead alive.
They're not
like
just going to be
somebody
lying
who's
there.
dead, but they're not dead. They would come alive to your home, okay?
Oh, okay, not
like,
in dead form.
I don't want a zombie in my house.
I didn't get it. I got it.
Invite somebody over for dinner and like ask them any questions, who would that be?
Joan Rivers. She's dead, but she would be alive. And Joan Rivers, I mean, there's nothing I couldn't talk to her about, whether it's glam or success or career, the people that she knew. I mean, that woman was just amazing and would just be a wealth of knowledge. And her story is so fascinating. And I'd love to see her Manhattan apartment. Like, well, no, be over to my house, so never mind. I would go to her place. No, Joan Rivers would be my answer.
I would want to have a conversation with Dan Brown, author of the Da Vinci Code. And I would want to ask him why he had a female expert in the story who's a cryptographer, whose whole profession and skill set is breaking codes, why he would write that character coming in to help the main male character, and then have the male character explain all these cryptography things to this woman. I would like to know that.
Wow.
So you're going to grill Dan Brown, basically.
I mean, I think it's a valid question.
It really is. That's such an author. Totally. That's such an author response.
I think I would invite, there's so many people that would love to have like sitting with me at my table. But somebody who gets me really excited is Iris Apfel. Like I would love to talk to her. She's such an icon. She's like a fashion icon. She's child free. She's like 100 years old or something like that.
Oh,
I love her.
I'm like, I don't know who that is, but I know who that is now.
Oh,
with the glasses.
The glasses, yeah.
She's child free.
She's child free.
Cool.
I love her.
Our next audience question comes again from Instagram. A question for all you gals. Other than your work dedicated to the child-free community, what are some other activities, hobbies, goals you have? Since we all have so much free time with no children in our lives.
So much free time.
We hardly had time to do this episode. What are you talking about?
Well, I think all we do all day is sit around being child-free. It's a job in itself.
Yeah,
it is
so hard.
And we get paid for it. No.
Yeah.
Well, in my case, I love traveling. That's like my biggest passion. I've been to over 30 countries now, and my bucket list is to visit them all. I'm a kite surfer, so I spend a lot of time in the water as well. I spend a lot of time with my dog. Sometimes I read, of course. I don't like cooking. That's just one of the things I really don't enjoy at all. I like eating. Take me to a restaurant. I'll be very happy going to a restaurant. But I think, I mean, I know that you wrote, having all this time as ironic, because I wish I had more time. And I'm so passionate about what I do in a way that I think I spend most of my time working on child-free stuff.
Same.
Oh, Well, I guess hobby-wise, I enjoy taking pictures of the birds at my feeder, which sounds like a very, very old lady thing to do, but they're awesome. What's cool about it is that you have to have the settings just right and probably a better lens to get a really crisp shot and get the wings in motion, without any kind of blur. So I'm practicing that right now. A couple years ago, it was bugs. I was out taking really close-up pictures of all the bugs in my yard because they're very cute once you get close, and they, if
No,
you
they're
catch
not.
one, if you catch one sitting on a leaf, like looking outward, it's like just their back looking out into the yard. It's really cute.
No, they're not. Sorry.
Okay,
You scared me
Kristen?
so many times with your bug.
I was going to say to the audience listening to this, Kristen has to literally put a disclaimer or tell LeNora, don't
She has
look at
to-
my feed.
Yeah, she has
I
to
just
text
posted a
me.
picture of a bug.
She has to text me, don't look at today's post or something, because I've like thrown my phone at some point because I'm like, oh, I can't handle this. Anyway,
But it's like
continue.
moths and butterflies, though, not like like bees.
Well, yeah, the wings, but yeah,
Yeah.
usually those two.
In addition to pictures, I guess I really like the hunt of shopping for something. Like if I'm not feeling productive as a writer, and writing is another thing. When I do have free time, what I really want to do, what I am doing, is writing. I already have 3 novels. I'm working on a 4th. I have a 4th and 5th kind of sitting there, and I'm working on the 4th one now and getting back to the 5th one once I'm done with this one. But yeah, if I'm not feeling productive, it's one of those things people say you shouldn't do, like you shouldn't do shopping therapy. It's stupid, but everyone has their things. Some people eat kale, some people, drink. I like to have a thing that I need to buy and then go hunting for it until I find just the right one. Instead of just going shopping for random things, I'll decide I need a jewelry box, and I will set my mind to finding that thing. It might take days, it might take weeks, but I'm hunting for that thing. And once I find it, I have achieved victory.
The last time this happened, it was lamps.
I was just going to say lamps.
Yeah, it's almost always, often it's a lamp.
Just don't get one in the shape of a bug or a butterfly.
I won't. If I do, I will not put it behind me.
Yeah. I won't show up for that episode. I'm kind of like Isabel. I like to travel, but I like to road trip. That's in my free time or when the weather's nice, which isn't right now. Driving is my hobby, I guess. Road trips. But I just ordered a digital piano because I used to be a musician, and it's stuck in Toronto right now, but I have the bench. So every day now I sit and I pretend to play while I'm
Muscle
waiting
memory.
for this thing. Yes, exactly. So my previous career is going to become a hobby again, which will be music and composition, because the question was about goals. A big dream, aside from all the child-free stuff, film composition. So I'm getting back into composing again, which is got piano. My violins are in the closet because I have 2 of them, but I need a piano first. So that'll be my 2021 hobby, is playing, because travel really isn't a thing right now. So it's now, I think, because I realize how important the child-free conversation is to me. I'm like Isabel, where it just takes up so much of our day is content, whether we're podcasting or we're doing other ventures, like there's so many opportunities available that takes up a lot of time, and it's great. But I also have to remember that in 10-20 years, there's other things I do want to still do. And so I should still do them now. And so music is going to be getting back into music again, just on a hobby level, just to reignite my spark with it again, is my new thing coming up. So then I don't shop online for shoes or wigs. No, I'm going to still buy wigs because
you're still going to buy wigs.
By the way, okay, so for you guys listening, please go to YouTube for this episode after you finish listening to this episode, because you may see this in playback, but these 2 surprised me by showing up in wigs. So the 3 of us are wearing wigs for this episode, although you would never really know it with Kristen's, because Kristen's it just looks like her hair.
It totally looks like not my hair,
but it's like a normal person's color. Like mine is pink, Isabel's is, yours is white, right? Or is yours a different shade?
Light pink.
Light pink. Okay.
It's like bubble,
like cotton candy pink.
Okay. And so Kristen's is normal person hair.
But look, there are streaks.
Yeah, well, and there's no reason why I wouldn't not like when I just thought you just got a dye job. Like, so anyway,
hey, but that's cool that it looks like real hair.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you didn't think it was a wig,
well,
that's
and
pretty good wig.
if Isabel wasn't the age that she is, it could look like that would be her natural hair also, but she's too young to have white hair, so.
It's pink.
Well, okay. To me, it's coming across as well because I'm wearing pink too. So I'm,
right. So that
yeah. Anyway, just for those of you who are listening, there's a lot that you miss. I mean, we love that you listen to the podcast and don't stop, but also come check out the videos once in a while because they're fun. Okay, next person ask a question.
If you could relive a day in your life, and it doesn't, let's just, that's a hard one, I think. But let's assume you can overall relive 5 days. So this was just a day you would relive. It doesn't have to be the only day, so don't put the pressure on too hard. It can also not include having a conversation with anyone you've loved who's died, because that's way too easy. We've all had someone die we would like to see again. So wipe that out. It's anything else any other day you'd like to relive. I know it's a hard one.
It is. I think maybe the one day that I would love to relive, like there's so many, but just like the one just off the top of my head right now is the first time I stepped in Paris. I remember just being completely and absolutely in awe. I was like, I just fell in love instantly. And I wanted to have that same feeling with a person. Excited for the city. It was, I just felt completely overwhelmed with just admiration and love and awe. And that's when I made the decision to move there. And I wish I could relive that day. It was fun.
Wow. You actually make me rethink my answer. That's profound. I mean, those are totally profound moments that are life-changing, and it made you move there. So that's huge. I'm going to keep my original answer, which is, I think, I don't know, it was March or something, spring of 2017, when I found out that my bakery job that I had held for 6 years as a manager was ending. And I knew that it was coming. It was going to be a surprise because it was up to the owners. And I was so happy because I had my finances good. I was going to take the year off. I didn't know what I was going to do. I could feel something creative welling up inside of me. I didn't know what it was. I wasn't blogging. I had no idea about the child-free community at that point. I'd never traveled. But the day I went into work, the bakery was closed, and my bosses, who were in their late 70s, were sitting there grinning at me. And I was like, what's going on? And they're like, we closed. And I swear to God, I texted everybody in my phone. I'm like, the bakery is closed. Because I knew that I was suddenly like, freedom. I've been working 50 hours a week for 6 years. And I hadn't done any creative things. This was after my violin career was done. And this job had given me a lot of work ethic. Like it gave me a lot of good things, but I was done after 6 years. So I was 34 at this point. So it was a good buffer in between creative element to another creative outlet, right? But that day was just like pure freedom, because suddenly I did not know what was going to happen. But the thought that I did not have to do that job, I mean, it was going to last a few months to wrap things up, but that was nothing. And just all of a sudden, endless possibilities in that moment appeared to me. And it was just this most amazing feeling. And it's gone by so fast because that was this is coming up 4 years now. And life has just exploded for me in so many different ways. And I'm not doing anything I imagined I would be at that point. But that moment, magic had hit, because I was prepared for something. I didn't know what it would be. And like I said, it's just the last 4 years have been incredible in so many different ways. And so that was the moment that started it. And so I would relive that moment again. And also I would tell myself to be relaxed about the process, because, once I was done working and suddenly I had all this free time, and I was like, what do I do? And then I started to worry about the future, and, shit happens, pandemics happen, all this sort of thing has happened, but it's okay. So, that's just kind of going back to that moment and even soaking it up even more, knowing that things do work out in their own way at their own time. So that moment I would definitely relive again.
The day I'm going to go a little bit younger for the one I'm choosing. I was thinking about it earlier today. I was probably about this involves a crime. I apologize. I was probably about 13, and my two friends and I had sneaking out. I would relive all the time because it's just so fun, and you have your independence, and you're like breaking the rules, and yeah, that was just exciting all the time. But this particular night, we were walking around downtown St. Leon Road in Germany, and we'd probably already found a way to get our hands on some wine coolers, so we'd had a couple of those, and we walked by this restaurant, and there was a delivery van there, and they were loading up a cellar or a room full of wine. So the door to the wine place was open. Someone went in there to put wine in there, and my friend just walked in, grabbed a bottle, walked out, and we kept walking. It was like a movie. It was so smooth. He was so fearless. He dressed like Ducky from Pretty in Pink at this time.
Yes.
So he has this cool hair, and he's wearing this like blazer and the pointy shoes. And seriously, it was just the coolest thing, the way that he walked in there and snagged that bottle of wine. That was a cool moment.
Was it good wine?
Who knows? Probably not. I didn't even like wine. It gave me a headache, but we drank it.
That's funny. I don't think I've ever committed a crime. Oh, that's a question. It's not really my question, but
I'll have to pass on that one. I'm not incriminating myself. I'll tell you guys, I actually can't answer that question.
No, I'm not asking that question, but I was just thinking about when was the last time that I did something like that? Oh, I think I stole some bubble gum when I was like 5. Is that a crime? But anyway,
swiping a bottle is a real crime. I mean, it's more like a teenage antic, and they're not going to miss it. They probably break more than we stole.
Yeah, probably.
I'll tell you guys about. Never mind. You know what? That's going to be a conversation I'm only going to have with you two when I see you in person, and nothing is being recorded. You can ask me that question when we get together.
Okay. Say you can only eat 2 things for the rest of your life. Just 2. What would those 2 things be?
Can I ask for an addendum on that?
Which
can
one?
I ask? Well, is it stuff that's gonna kill you? Like,
I don't know.
Okay, like do we have to? Can we answer without being worried about health concerns? Which kind of tells you what I'm gonna say.
You're gonna be fine. You're gonna live. You're gonna be very healthy for the rest of your life with
all right.
those things. Don't
Eating
worry.
these 2 items. Okay. All right. No, that's fine.
That changes it.
Exactly. Well, this is why I asked, because it depends. That will affect my answer. There's the honest answer, then there's a healthy answer.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, Kristen.
Oh, easy. Well, I probably can't choose pasta at large because there's endless, variations and sauces and meats, right? Or can I just choose pasta?
Yeah, you can choose pasta.
Oh, good. Pasta, then, because it can be different all the time. And sea salt caramel ice cream. No, gelato.
Ooh.
Sea salt caramel gelato.
Yum. LeNora?
I'm trying to find loopholes in this. Okay, so 2 items. That's it. Okay. Well, the first one would have to be ham and pineapple pizza. Don't shoot me because I am Canadian. I like Hawaiian pizza.
I like it
We
too.
call it Hawaiian. It's ham and pineapple with extra cheese. And the other item would be prime rib. Just endless amounts of prime rib. Sorry to all the, actually, I'm not sorry to all the vegetarians who are watching this. I am a meat eater.
Should apologize to the cows.
I don't eat, you know what? I am not going to get into this conversation. I support Alberta beef.
No, I just mean you're not eating the vegetarians, you're eating the cows. So don't apologize to the vegetarians.
The cows do not DM me angry messages. Actually, no, the vegans are cool on my feed, so we're fine.
Good. I would choose pizza, but the same way that Kristen chose pasta, as in
okay,
all the types of pizza,
all the kinds. All right,
and dark chocolate.
I was gonna say cinnamon hearts, but even I can't be sustained by that because I love candy so much, but I need real food. So, yeah, dark chocolate.
The dark chocolate made me rethink my other item because sea salt caramel gelato is really good, but Mon Cherie chocolates, it's a hard case of hollow dark chocolate with a maraschino cherry inside and brandy filling.
Ooh.
Those things are just good.
Our third audience question comes from Instagram again. What do you think are the best and worst methods of birth control? Kristen.
Best is in most favorable, best is in most effective.
I think this is probably personal. I mean,
yeah,
because
obviously the best is no sex. I mean, that's not the best, it's the most effective. I do not like.
Huh? I'm okay with that one.
Not gonna happen. Sorry.
I don't like hormones or things that could potentially cause cancer, so kind of a fan of condoms if I'm having sex with someone who hasn't had a vasectomy. Probably condoms, because foams and stuff are messy and I don't know. Yeah. Condom.
I agree with you with the hormone thing. I hate everything that is hormone based. It's just, I mean, to me personally, to my body, it's not that they don't work. My body just really reacts really badly to them. So I think those are the worst, just because I think that putting that amount of hormones in your body is just really bad. And the best, well, I got my tubes tied, so that's my best.
I've never gone on hormone birth control as far as the pill. I refused it when I was young. I just didn't seem right for me. And so I put that as the worst, but I've never had personal experience with it. There's just something about it that my body, just the thought of it was like, no. But now I'm on the IUD because it stopped my periods completely. So I went with the one that's hormonal, the Mirena. And it took me a while to convince myself I should do it, but I thought I would try it. And 2 years in, I'm so happy I did. So that one is hormonal, but aside from 6 months of cramps at the beginning, it stopped all my ovulation pain, any symptoms I had I was suffering from massive ovulation pain and heavy bleeding. So for me, that's been the best birth control, even though it is hormonal, but it only goes to your uterus. So, I don't have any skin problems or anything like that. I don't mind condoms. Again, not all my partners are male, so maybe best birth control is a female partner. I've honestly, that has been the best sex for me is female partners because there's just no worry. Yeah. So, but I do like the IUD, the hormonal IUD. It's stopped my bleeding and all ovulation issues. So that I have loved, and I will ride that out until menopause. And I do like tubal as well. Never did it just because I wouldn't stop bleeding. And so that's why I didn't go that route. It would be my next option. If the IUD wasn't going to work, I would do that just for birth control. But again, I'm not actually worried about getting pregnant. So, also best birth control is choosing partners who cannot get you pregnant. And that doesn't mean same-sex partners. Vasectomies are great. Yes.
Yeah.
Or is sterile. Those are the ones I seem to meet. If I'm going to have a male partner, I mean, there's a lot of screening involved, but yeah. Okay. Those were our audience questions.
I have a really, really quick question.
Okay.
And it's kind of one of those trite questions, but I think it says a lot about, or a little bit about someone. Oh shoot, I have two I really wanted to ask. Okay.
Ask them both.
I think they're both quick. The first one is, you can take one thing from your place in a fire. What one thing do you salvage?
Oh, easy. My 121-year-old violin. No contest. Before my driver's license.
That's what you were going to say. My 100 and something wigs.
No. I can replace my driver's license. I can replace pretty much everything in my house, but I've had that violin since I was 15 years old. That's taken me a lot of places in a way. Okay. And I have an emergency plan. Like, my bedroom's on the 3rd floor of this townhouse. I have to bypass this office because that's where the violin is, on the way down to get out anywhere or to get out the window. That violin's coming with me. No contest.
Okay. I have a question, addendum for that question. Where's my dog?
Pets don't count. Living things don't count. You get to have your dog.
Okay. Okay. My dog's safe. So, okay.
Yeah. It's just a material object.
object, a thing. My phone.
Mm.
I'm not really very attached to anything material that's in here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Plus, my kites for kite surfing are not here. So, but if they were, it was probably one of my kite surf, my kites for kite surfing.
My phone's always by my bed, so that would be with me anyway. But if it was just really literally one item, it would be the violin, which actually includes the bow and the case and the rosin and the strings and the accessories that are in the case. It's a case with all that stuff in it. You don't open the case and just take the violin out, by the way.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff in there.
How about you, Kristen? What would you say?
Mine would probably be a necklace my dad gave me when I was 11. I was looking at an AFES catalog, and that's the catalog for like all the military, American like military store, just a catalog of stuff. And I found a necklace I liked, and it was a pearl with like a little thingy of gold around it with little diamonds in it. And I told him I want that one. And there was another one on the page, and he got me the other one instead, because he said this one will age better. It's classier, it's simpler. And he was totally right. Like I love that thing now. And it like the other one is, you know how trends happen in jewelry. It was as bad as an open heart, really. But yeah, I would take that necklace.
That's cool.
The other really quick question was, what silly little thing makes you happy? Like just a little thing, not like world peace and, you know.
Everything in my house.
Not silly. You have a violin and got it all.
I was talking about all the glittery shit I have around. Like this house is all glitter. So
glittery shit. Sparkly.
Glittery shit makes you happy.
Yeah.
Sleeping makes me happy. Is that like a silly thing?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's not a silly. No, I mean I just mean a minor thing, like an unexpected thing. That's not. That works.
Well, how about you, Kristen? Because I'm thinking.
Rocks.
Rocks make you happy.
I like looking at like. See, I have this little thing of agates.
Ooh.
Oh.
I like rocks. I love like if I look into a geode that like this style, not the amethyst ones that are all sticking up, but looking into a rock like this that has little tiny little crystals and sparkles. It's just incredible to me that this exists. I don't know. I like earth stuff.
Well, in that case, for me, I think art. I have so many things hanging in my house. Like some of them are paintings, some of them are like photographs, and I just love having nice things around. Yeah. I don't know if that's silly. Is that silly?
No, it's not. It doesn't have. No.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's my answer.
It was a dumb answer. I'm kidding.
I think your guys' wigs are too tight. You're starting to bicker. Okay. Is there a question that either of you really wanted to ask one of you that we didn't get to that's actually really personal?
Like I have a specific question for Isabel because I really want to know. You say we can talk about anything. Someone has put a curse on Isabel.
Yeah.
There is a curse on Isabel, and she has been trying to get it taken off. And what I really want to know is, how did you know a curse was put on you in the first place?
In a nutshell, because really weird shit started happening to me. Like I would wake up with my head was scratched, like somebody took a nail and did like this, and it was like bloody. And I couldn't feel it. And then my nails are very short. Like they're like tiny short. I can't hurt myself like that. Or remember one time I actually went into the shower. It was like 9 a.m. I went into the shower, and when I got out, I had like 2 scratches on this side of my head, like this, like if somebody went like with claws. Shit started moving around my apartment.
What?
Like they would take the my art. So I have a lot of art. They would take some of my paintings, and one day I went to the studio, and I was like, "Where's my paintings?" Like I had 2 paintings on the same wall. Yeah, one of them was this one, and another one, and I couldn't find them. And I started looking, and then when I realized they were on the floor, if somebody had actually like taken them out, like off the nail, and like stacked one on top of the other. And that room, the window, I never opened it. So it wasn't the wind. Nobody ever goes into that room except me. This was in my old apartment. Um, my television would turn on and off, like things like that, right? And so, yeah, that's my dog. and and so when this thing started happening, I was like, that's weird, that's weird. And then the third thing that happened, I was like, this is not a coincidence. Like, so I contacted a witch, sorcerer. I think we call them witches. It's not a bad word. Um, and then she actually smoked some cigars and read them for me. And she was like, yeah, dude, somebody put a curse on you. So been trying to get rid of that for the past 3 months, 4 months.
Wow.
Have the weird things stopped, and did you ever consider it might be a ghost?
It has stopped, and I mean, technically it wasn't a ghost, but there was. So basically, when they put a curse on you, what happens is they send an entity
Oh,
fuck with you, and fuck with your
okay.
head, to just fuck with your head, right? And that entity was doing all this stuff.
Oh, I never knew how curses worked. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
they sent some entity, and then there's different types of curses. So some people want to see you like uh have bad luck in your business, for example. So that entity would like stir things up in your business. Some people want you to like get sick. Some people want you to like think you're losing your mind. So, it depends, and it's just really dark magic. What they're And I know that there's a lot of people who don't believe in this. This is quite traditional, especially in Caribbean sort of communities, Cuba, some other islands in the Caribbean, Brazil, Colombia as well, and it all also comes from our African sort of heritage, um, like voodoo and all that stuff. That's
Hmm.
real. Haiti as well, and it's really dark. It's really dark magic. And
Do the
it's
people who put the curses on you, is there no such thing as karma for that person?
oh, there is.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, because I was wondering, how does that, I mean,
Isabel
whatever.
was like, oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, that's whether you want to call it karma or something else, it's, whatever energy if you're putting out angry energy towards something, that comes back to you somehow. So a
Yeah.
curse is a big thing.
They
So I
call
can
it
just imagine what would that bring on to them.
Yeah, there's something in magic, and maybe you've heard of this. They call it the rule of three. So whatever you do comes back to you threefold.
Mm,
If it's a good thing, if it's a bad thing. So these people usually get uh, slapped on the ass by karma.
okay.
Hopefully in this lifetime. If they don't do it, if it doesn't happen in this lifetime for them, it could be their offspring, like children, or maybe their grandchildren, or it could be like in the next life for them. But I know exactly who did it, and I know exactly why. But this is for a completely different episode.
Next episode.
That is it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed learning about us as much as we enjoy learning about each other. If you want to contact us, you can reach us at childfreegirls@gmail.com.
And we're also on social media. We are very active on Instagram and Facebook mainly. We're also on LinkedIn and sometimes on TikTok, not too much, Pinterest, and we're also on Amazon. You can get our book, Childfree Girls, Comfort Food for Thought. The one you see it right behind LeNora. It's a paperback or a Kindle, and you're gonna love it.
And we left out the most exciting news. We are now on Clubhouse, including Kristen.
Yay!
Yes,
we are on the Clubhouse app. So don't look for Childfree Girls, look for us individually, because we are on as individuals. So Kristen, LeNora, Isabel, just search Childfree. Actually, no, you have to have Childfree in your bio to show up as Childfree, but look for us, we're there. And our question for you today is, do you have a question for us? Simple. Anything you want to know, you can send us an email. Our website is also childfreegirls.com. And you can reach out to us through DMs. However, leave comments below. We'll answer any and all questions. Any and all questions.
They're gonna want to know where to get a wig that looks nothing like a wig, just like mine.
As long as maybe they might ask where to get a curse or how to curse somebody, but we won't even answer that question.
Bad.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. No, you say bye.
No, you say bye.
Oh my God, I'm leaving.
You leave first.
I'm going.
Bye.
Bye.